Hello, guys, and welcome to today's Teen Talk show, proudly brought to you by Aloud, Gambia, and Paradise TV. Aloud believes that every young person has a gift and a talent, and we are here to give you everything that you need, to get your relationship with God right, okay? And the Teen Talk show is your one-stop show where we talk about questions that young people have, questions that you can ask your parents, you can ask your teachers, mind-boggling questions, controversial questions, and we're here to give you God's perspective of those questions. Okay, today, as always, we have a very special guest, okay, a new face, a beautiful face. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Ire. I'm happy to be here.
Wow, Ire, welcome. Okay, guys, and today, as always, we have a very interesting questions from interesting people. Be sure to check our videos out and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to this channel. Make sure to be watching our shows every week. Every week we're here. And so today our question is from this beautiful lady. And what's her question? Today she's asking about a very interesting question. We'll be right back. Let's take a quick break. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the show. Wow, today is a very interesting question, like I said. So this person basically is saying, I'm putting in the effort, but my grades are not showing it. And the pressure from my parents are really not helping. I have been very stressed lately, and I don't know how to handle it. And it's been causing me to have suicidal thoughts. Very interesting. Can't I just go through school without worrying about grades and pleasing my parents? Like a double question mark. Why? Yeah. So, what do you think?
I think that the best way for you to go through school with minimal worries is to dedicate everything, put everything into the hands of God. You have to find a study method that works for you, because you might be looking at it as you want to use your own power to go through school. You want to put your own personal effort. But have you ever involved the Holy Spirit into your work? Like, you find out that if you pray before reading, or you ask the Holy Spirit to show you what you need to read, all the important things, He's going to show them to you. And this has happened several times with me. Like, sometimes I'm having a test, and let's use the subject biology. Like, it's a very broad subject, and you can't study for it within 2 days. Like, you're not going to get anywhere. But if you pray, sometimes He will show you where exactly to read from, and that is what exactly is going to come out on the paper. So I feel like that's a very good way of not worrying about.
Yeah, that's also very important. And I think also you have to know about how you have to know what actually is the thing that matters, because then you can see from this person that they're thinking about school, grades, my parents. Those are the three things that are worrying this person. School and grades obviously is the same thing, and my parents. So you have to think about what is it that actually matters. Who is the one that is on top? Okay, I said this the last time when I was talking to Ire backstage, that when there's a room and the room is dark, there's nothing to focus on, because everything is you literally can't see anything. Okay, but then if there's light, then the focus actually comes from the light. It's because you have your eyes on the light, or because you can see the light, then you can see everything else that's around you. Okay, and we know for a fact that God is light, and so when you put God on top of your case, or you put God in front, then you see that everything else becomes less important. Everything else, you're able to see how to do things, other things more clearly, or a better way. Okay.
And like it says in Psalm 55 verse 22, it says, cast your burdens on the Lord, and He shall sustain you. He shall never permit the righteous to fall.
Wow, that's really interesting. Then you begin to see that, like, you actually need to have God in front. Like, you have to actually put Him and at the top, okay? Because when He was talking to the children of Israel when he was talking to the children of Israel, he was like, he told them that there should be no other God beside me. So once you begin to think of other things, or you begin to, like, other things begin to occupy your mind more than God, they actually become an idol. Whether we like it or not, it is the truth. Okay? And sometimes you find out that for some reason you have deviated and you have put something else in front of God. All you have to do is reverse and come back. Okay? So another thing that I noticed that this person said is I'm putting in the efforts, but my grades are not showing it. Like, you have to know what is the efforts that you are putting in. Okay, like, how are you studying? Is it that you're spending all night reading and when you wake up in the morning you don't remember anything?
Tired.
Yeah, so you also have to know what type of learner you are. Okay, you have to know what type of learner you are. Are you the one who just hears and you instantly know it? Are you the one who needs to study 3 days before something enters your brain? You have to also put, priorities. Or is it that you spend 5 hours scrolling on TikTok and then you come and read a book and you're like, God help me, I'm trying to read but it's not entering, or my brain is not receiving this. Okay, you have to put in the right strategies. All right, guys, so we're going to go on a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to dive in more, really answering why the person is saying that, was talking about their grades and their parents. Yeah, we'll be right back. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Wow. Welcome back to the show. It's a very interesting question. I'm sure some of us are relating to this. I mean, in one way or the other, maybe you've been having stress about school, or maybe you know somebody who's having stress about school, you're worrying about your parents, okay? That is why we're here. We're here for you. Make sure to like and to share this video with your friends, with your family. And if you have any questions, please send them on our social media pages, on every social media page at Teens Aloud Gambia. One word, Teens Aloud Gambia. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on X, we're on Insta, we're everywhere. We're everywhere, okay? All right, so the person, one thing that I want us to talk about right now is the thing the person talking about, the pressure from their parents. I'm having pressure from my parents and it's not really helping me, So what do you think about that?
I feel like we should let our parents know the type of pressure we're under. Like, we should communicate with them. We should try and make them understand, because in as much as parents will say that, they were in our shoes, they know what we're going through. But the truth is, even though they used to be in our shoes at some point in time, they have actually quite forgotten what it feels like to be in our shoes. Because nowadays, they're not comparing our problems to their problems. And they might be thinking, you're not the one providing, like, you don't have to go to work every day and all this type of thing. So they'll be like, school isn't even, they don't understand the stress that we actually have to go through, the pressure that not only our parents, teachers put on us. So I feel like if you have a very good, if you communicate with your parents very well, it will be so much easier for them to understand you. Just tell them how you feel. And
I think it's really important, because I believe that every child knows the language that their parents speak. So like, if you talk to a way that you can talk to your parents, okay, and they will understand. Just like how you know how to convince your parents to do something for you, or like you know how to convince them even though you're lying. You can say something and they'll be like, yeah, that's true. You know how to communicate with them. So you have to speak to them in the language that they understand, not just stand up and scream at them when they're like, why are you not passing exam? You're like, you don't know what I'm going through. No. You have to speak to them in a language that they understand. Very respectful, though. Be very respectful. We're not saying that you should disrespect your parents. Okay, we're saying that you should be very respectful to your parents and respectfully explain to them that this is what they are going through. If there's one or two things that they can do, or one or two advices that they can give you, you can definitely take that, because you know that they definitely know what you are going through. Okay. And so you also have to understand at some point that your parents, whatever it is that they're doing, it's not like they're doing.
They just want the best for you.
Yeah, they just want the best for you. They just want you to pass. They just want you to go through school and be the best version of yourself, or be better than who they thought they could have been, or be the version of themselves that they could never have been. And that's really, really very interesting. That's really very not interesting. It's very, very it's a very good thing to know. Okay, it's a very good thing to know, and it's very good to also understand that part of who your parents are. Okay, and then also thinking about how a relationship as well with them, like what is it exactly maybe you can think about what is it that you are not doing right. Okay, I mean, what is it? I remember when I was in school, when I was in primary school, my mom used to tell me in maths, because she was a math, she did maths, like she was good in maths when she was in school. Okay, and then when I went to high school, she could no longer tutor me in maths because we didn't do the same kind of maths. Like she did WEC and I did IGCSE, so it was very different. Okay, and she understood that. And then I had to explain to her, about all this, and she was like, I don't understand this, or I don't know this, So at some point there was like this understanding that our math and your math is not the same. So the way she passed maths, I cannot pass maths the same, or she cannot expect me to be the same as her. Okay, because we are two very different people. Okay, and then sometimes you can be, my parents do not understand me. But that's why you also have to. I think it's also very important that you pray about it. Okay, like maybe before you speak to your parents are going to be like, God, I'm about to tell my parents this, okay, but I need your help to help me make them understand what is happening. Okay, and also we're not saying that you should, because your parents understand that you can't be the way that they want you to be exactly, or you can't be as good as they were, doesn't mean that you should not put in effort. We're saying that you have to know how to make your parents understand that you are not like the same as them. Okay, and then you have to figure out your way of making your life, easier, I would say, because then if you think about it, if your parents' pressure is making you feel the way, then that means it's not really
not helping you.
Yeah, it's not helping you. So you make them understand that, and I think that would really, really help. Okay, and then you see in verse he or she also talks about I don't know how to handle this stress that I'm having, and then you have to understand, you have to know where stress is coming from. And then obviously for us, we can see here that it's your parents and your grades that is giving you stress. De-stress. You have stress. De-stress. How do you de-stress? Maybe you can take time off. If you have the weekend, take time off.
Go on a retreat or something.
Yeah, go on a retreat.
Have fun with friends.
Yeah.
But like not too much.
Yeah.
So you still have your focus and your priorities right.
Yeah.
But all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So in as much as you might be feeling stressed, there is some time you should take for yourself to take care of yourself. So it's easier for you to cope with school and everything.
Yeah, go on a de-stress retreat. Maybe fix maybe you can. What can you do? For example, do something that makes you feel happy.
Go to the beach. Yeah. Play football. Yeah. Like there are plenty of other extracurricular activities that can keep your mind off it. But don't keep your mind off it too much, because you need to be good at school.
Yeah. Once you've taken off that rest and you've gotten your and also you've de-stressed, and also you can go on the internet. I mean, YouTube. Like there's so many websites. There's so many things that can help you. Like we have it so much easier. Ways of making your educational path easier for you. Your educational work or something easier for you, because you can go on it, search how do I study better. There's so many tactics, so many things that you can do, and then they will help you. I mean, once you put them into practice, anyways, they will really, really help you. And then once you have gotten all that, then you come back and then you start fresh. Okay. I remember when I was in Form 1, was it Form 1 or Form, I don't remember safe, but I remember one year that one of our teachers came to us and he was like, some people, the reason why you are failing is not because you don't have the brain or anything. It's because you're not doing things the right way. Okay. And I have one of my friends, and to this day, I seriously still can't believe it. She's now in the UK anyways, but when we're in school, every time my teachers would tell me that you are a good student, why don't you help your friends? And then it's not like she was very dull or anything. She was really smart, but her problem was she did not find the right study method, or she didn't find the right path to be able to do it. Okay. And then she was going to do arts, but when she went to the UK, she said she was doing science. She was passing with A's. I was like, what? And I'm super proud of her. And so it just reminded me of how probably the reason why she could not pass, why she was here, was because she didn't find the right study method. She didn't find the right way to study. Okay, and then that could be the same with you. That's why you always have to find the right path. Okay, you have to find the right way to be like, okay, this is how I'm going to study, and not this way. If you try this method and it doesn't work, don't stick to it. Change the method.
Exactly.
Change the method. If you only study during the weekends, change and then study.
And you know the thing I noticed with teachers is that when you're trying to give you advice on, or they'll be like, oh, go learn from, let's say, somebody that's really good in class. In as much as you can try and learn from that person, like the way that person learns and the way you learn might be different. So when you're trying to ask for help from your fellow classmate that's supposedly better at the subject than you, you should analyze what works for you. You should know what works for you. That person might probably be someone that is very attentive in class and understands, but as for you, you might be finding it hard to focus in class. So you have to find a different study method. If videos work for you, some people can watch videos, but is entering here and going out the other way. But the things they read sticks with them more. The things that some people are not, they're passive learners. They don't learn actively. Like they learn based off what they saw. Like they're not very involved in their learning. They learn over time. So you just have to understand your flow, get your own flow, and then I feel like school will be so much easier for you. You mustn't always do what everybody else is doing. The typical way of studying, the way I used to study when I had exams, let's say I had a textbook. So basically, I will look through the textbook. Let's say the definition is a very, very long definition. I'll just paraphrase the whole definition, put every single thing in my own words, so that even when I see that type of thing on the exam paper, I have my own definition of it. It's not like I'm cramming. Exactly. Because I was the one, since you're the one that created the definition, or like rephrase the definition, it's easier for you to remember it. So that's also a way that I study. You just have to find what works for you.
Yeah, that's a really, really good example. And I would say, do not limit yourself to one thing. Do not limit yourself to one thing. Maybe you haven't really discovered. Maybe you think that if I read, I don't like reading. Maybe reading is your thing, but you have to discover it. Okay, so do not limit yourself to one thing. Always try to find new ways to improve yourself. Always try to find new ways to improve yourself. And I think over time you would actually be able to do this thing. So I would also talk about the suicidal thoughts thing that she said she's having because of this. Okay, so we are going to go on a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about it. Hi guys, and welcome back to today's episode of the TeenTok show. So today we have this person that, for those of you who just joined in, we have this person that is saying that, can I just go through school without worrying about grades and like pleasing my parents? So the whole question is, I put in the effort, but my grades are not showing it, and the pressure from my parents are not really helping. I have been very stressed lately, and I don't know how to handle it, and it's been causing me to have suicidal thoughts. Can I just go through school without worrying about my grades and pleasing my parents? What do you think about this? Please put in your comments. Comments. Yeah, and then so we're talking right about the suicidal thoughts. Why is it not a good idea to have suicidal thoughts?
Okay, so before a person even thinks about those type of things, they must just be like feeling very, very alone. That is most times you see people that have suicidal thoughts, they're mainly by themselves. They feel like nobody's out there to help them and everything. But like the only person they're looking for outside help. But the only person that can actually help you is Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit. You can't be like
word.
when you're having problems, you go to your parents. There's only so much they can do.
Yeah,
there's really only so much they can do. And the thing is that the devil will make it seem like, oh, killing yourself is the best way to get out of the problem. But you have to remember, nothing lasts forever. Like, let's say, back then I used to be so worried about my exams, my IGCSEs, whether I'll pass, whether I'll not pass. I used to sleep by 3 a.m. I'll be studying and everything. I was so stressed and drained. But like, The exam came and went. I'm still alive. Nothing, like, everything has its time, everything has its stage. This suffering that you're suffering will only last for like 2 years, 3 years. After 2 years or 3 years, it might be gone.
Yeah.
Nothing is permanent. Nothing.
is permanent.
Good times, bad times, ugly times, whatever you're going through, it's never permanent. We're in uni now.
Yeah.
But very soon, like, we're gonna be out.
Yeah.
All the stress, the heartache, the teacher shouting, the endless homework, everything has an end. So you shouldn't end your life for something that's eventually going to end.
Wow. I feel that. Say it again.
You shouldn't end your life for something that's eventually going to end.
Wow. You feel it too? Do you feel it? Wow. That's really powerful. I really love the way that you said it. It's really very interesting to know. Seriously. One time, I remember when I was a kid, I used to like complain to my mom all the time about things, and she'd be like, "Auntie, Dina Musaje." That means it will end one day. I'll be like, when? And now I seriously do not have those problems that I used to have then. Of course, I have different problems. My point is, like what you said, it's going to end one day. Okay, and another reason why it's really not. And also you have to also think. I think it's also very important to know, like, where is the source of your suicidal thoughts? Okay. So we said before that if you stress, de-stress. Okay, you won't get another chance to try again. There's no other chance to try. If you end your life, that's it.
That's it.
Like, literally, that's it for you. So you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't end your life because of school. I mean, life goes on.
Exactly.
Life goes on, honestly. So I think you really have to check your source and also your information. The IDA principles about information, design, and action. The information that you're getting, you're already having stress, but what are you doing about your stress? Is it that you're going to listen to depressing songs?
Don't do that though. It will make things so much worse for you.
Are you listening? Are you watching people that do depression quotes or depression poems or those things? Instead, transform the negative energy to positive energy. Listen to positive things. Words of affirmation, motivational songs that will make you actually come out of it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then at some point it's going to have to go. Okay. And also it's very important that you find your source in Jesus, find source in God. Let Him be the light, and everything else will become less. Everything else will become less significant. You will find out that what actually matters in this world at the end, last is God. Last is God that matters. Okay, because when these problems or this stress finish, after everybody has gone, we're all going to meet Him. And then, that's where the real problem starts. Okay, so please, I beg anyone who is going through any of these things, just don't even think about it. Instead, try to turn, find your way into God, and then you see the way He's going to take, like He says, cast your burden, cast your anxiety. Some version says, cast your anxiety on Him, and He'll take care of you. That's all you need to do, okay? Go to Him and say, carry. Like when you are what am I gonna say? So enemy. And like it's a wall of water. Like when you have a load on your head, like a bucket of water. Like, please help me take it off. Okay. You just have to go into Him. He'll help you take it off. And He'll give it to Himself, okay? And then He'll give you the lighter one that's like no burden at all. Okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, talk to God about it. Talk to God. Tell God, oh God, this is what's happening to me. I'm stressed about my school. I'm stressed about this and this. And then you find all the answers you need in His Word. There is no other thing that you need in your life except the Word of God. Like, it's an indispensable weapon. And you can use it in every area of your life. There's no other thing that you need apart from that.
And also, the thing that can fuel the suicidal thoughts is if, let's say, you keep your problems to yourself. In as much as, yes, some things you don't want to tell your parents, some things you feel like you cannot trust anybody, just find a confidant. Find someone that you can talk to it about. Wow. Because if you keep it bottled up inside, it's going to be so hard for you to actually fight the desire to not do that thing. You have to you have to find someone that you trust. Because yes, you can pray to God and everything, but sometimes the way God doesn't always, like, we're not in the Bible times where God will speak to you. Sometimes he needs to use people to speak to you. And if you're blocking everybody out, not letting anybody know, his message cannot be passed. So you have to also be willing to hear from other people and be willing to discuss how you feel with people you trust. Because there's some people you can tell your problems and they're just going to make it so much worse. Like, in your head, you'll be like, why did I even tell? They'll make you feel more depressed and more suicidal than you were before. So you just have to. And yes, some people say these type of things, like, they might not actually be coming from the point to hurt you, but they might not know how to speak to you in a way that will be okay to you. You get? Not everybody, some people don't know how to communicate properly. They mean well, but they just don't know how to communicate properly. So at the end of the day, you finish telling this person your problems, and then at the end of the day, you're now feeling worse than how you were. Yes, if somebody else hears it, it will be like, oh, but this person was trying to be, but the way the person said it wasn't good. It wasn't appealing. It wasn't, they were not trying to make, like, it wasn't for you to understand. You get?
Yeah.
So, and also, if you're that type of person, do not communicate with someone as if you're like scolding them. Be an understanding person. Put yourself in their shoes.
Be intentional.
Be intentional. Yes, exactly. Be intentional on what you want to say to them and how you want to say it.
Yeah. Wow. That's oh my God. No, this is really good. I mean, I just remembered. I think last month, like I was feeling so down one night like that, and I just had to call somebody, and then after I spoke to the person, I just felt like so much better. Like, I was like, all the things that were happening at that moment, I just felt so much better, you know. So it's always important to have an accountability partner. Like, for me, example, I spoke to my accountability partner, and then she was like, she spoke, and then everything was like, yeah, I feel okay, I feel better, I feel so much better now. Okay, so to my accountability partner, Madeline, wow, thank you so much for that. So like you were just saying, you know, the Bible says a problem shared is half solved. Is it the Bible that says?
No, it's the Englishman. It's an English saying.
Oh, okay, it's an English saying. Sorry. A problem shared is half solved. Ah, God, I don't even know why I said the Bible. No, but then I think there's a verse in Proverbs that says something like that. That you can, like, there's some things that you can tell your friend, and then
yes.
So you always have to. That's why you have to make sure that you're surrounded by the right kind of people. Okay?
True.
Yeah, and then she was also this person was also talking about that the stress and all, and then it also reminds me about who are the people that you're actually moving with. Are these people serious people? Are you sure these people are going to help you to pass your exam? Are these people are the people you are going with people that are always like, I'm not going to study, I'm not going to study, I'm not going to study. Okay, you have to think about that. Who are the people that you are going with? Are they people that are going to help you? Are they people that are going to bring you down? Are they people that are going to lift you up? Are they people that are going to keep you down? Okay, you always have to think about that. And then like you said about the talking to somebody.
Yeah.
There's talking to somebody. It's always very, very important. It's always advisable to find someone that you know that you can count on.
Exactly.
Someone that you can say, okay, once I speak to you about this, I know that for sure I'm going to get something that I need.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So that's why it's always important. And then the Bible says that do not be deceived. Bad character corrupts good manners. Okay.
Sure.
So make sure that the people that you are going with are not people that are going to corrupt you. And don't think that it can never be peer pressure. It can never be.
Exactly.
It will be. It's not what I'm praying, but I'm just saying that it's something that it will happen. It happens. Okay. You always get influenced by the people that you follow, the things that you watch, the things that you see, the things that you listen to. They will influence you in one way or the other.
Sure. That's
what the idea principle stands for. Okay. So we are going to go on a quick break, guys. We're going to go on a quick break, and then when we come back, we are going to talk about what are like the methods to use. Okay, so we'll be right back. Hello guys, and welcome back to your TeenTok show, your one-stop show where we answer questions that young people have, questions about anything, any type of question that you have, controversial questions like the one that we have today, where this person is asking like what about like school and my parents? Like the pressure my parents is giving me and the school is too much for me. I feel like I'm having suicidal. I don't know how to handle myself. I don't know how to handle this. And so basically we've been talking about that for a while. And so please make sure to send your questions if you have any questions, because we are here for you on our social media pages, on every social media page at Teens Aloud Gambia. Teens Aloud Gambia. One word, yes. Okay, and so we go. We have to see. So just about so we're actually going right through the last question.
Yeah.
Can't I just go through school without worrying about parents and pleasing? Worrying about my grades and pleasing my parents?
Okay, so like there's a level of worrying that is too much, and there's a level that is just right. Mm-hmm. You have to worry, but like that shouldn't be the most important thing in your life. Mm-hmm. You have to set your priorities straight. Mm-hmm. Yes, school is important. Yes, pleasing your parents is important. But when it starts to control you, mm-hmm. and you now no longer feel unhappy, mm-hmm. and you feel miserable, mm-hmm. that is when it gets too much. Mm-hmm. It says, cast your burdens onto the Lord, and He'll, like, you have to find a way to get relief from all the stress. Mm-hmm. Nobody's saying you should work hard in school. You should try your best to make your parents proud, because they're putting in a lot of money, time. They're taking care of you. All they want is the best for you. So you should try your best to make your parents mm-hmm. proud. Mm-hmm. But you shouldn't make it like an idol. Like that's the only thing that's going on in your life. Mm-hmm. I'm just so worried about school. My parents. Every small thing, you're just expressing your worry, and you're sad and miserable. No, that should not be this thing. You should be able to have a balance in your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really important. And then you also think about if all I'm worrying about is school, like you at some point, because we said that it's not going to last forever. Okay, exactly. At some point you're going to have to leave school. If you're maybe in you're in grade 7 or in grade 10, I mean you are going to leave school in like 2 or 5 years time. If you're in grade 10, you're going to leave school in 2-3 years. Yeah. If you're in grade 7, you're going to foreign school in 5 years or so. Okay, but then like make sure that school is not the only thing that you're focused on. Okay, because it's also good to have relationship with people. True. Okay, exactly. Because then when you leave school, is it that your grade is the thing that is going to cook for you or what? Okay, you have to think about that. If we know the Bible says, which of you by worrying can add a day to your life? Like you can't even worrying is not going to do you any good. Like that's the only thing it's not going to do you good. Okay, so once you have that in your mind, you know how to make sure that what you are doing is actually right. Okay, and then you find your way of what's the word I wanted to use? You find your way of navigating through that life. Okay, because we know in this world, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, NGL, not gonna lie, you are going to have like something is going to have make you worry.
Very true.
Okay, something's going to make you worry, but as long as it's not the thing in your life. Okay, he said that can't I just go to school without worrying? No, you can't go to school without worrying. You will have to worry, but then do not make it your top priority. Pleasing your parents is important, but do not make it like only your grades are the only reason why your parents are proud of you. True. Because if you were not there, how would they have thought about your grades? Like, would they say, my daughter's grades when there's no daughter? Okay, at the end of the day, they love you. That's why they want you to have good grades. But then you should not let that take away the happiness. Okay, go through it with like a new perspective. Go through school with a perspective of thinking about how I'm going to meet new friends at school. I'm going to make great relationships with my fellow students, my classmates, my teachers. You know, and then thinking about how my parents are going to be proud of me because I'm actually going through school. Okay, and then also thinking about I'm going to school to gain experience about what I'm doing. I'm going to school so that I will pay the path for my future. Okay, otherwise, why would your parents pay for you to go to school so that they can say, oh, my tata is a good student, my tata is a good student. No, it's because they want you to have a better life. So once you look at things in a different perspective, I believe everything will change.
Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, it was Hakuna Matata.
It means don't worry.
Okay.
No worry.
Okay, don't blame me. I don't know. Don't blame me. Okay.
You know what's Lanky?
I watched, but I never knew what Hakuna Matata meant.
Oh, wow.
I watched like when I was a kid. I was a kid. Okay. Anyways, so let's go on another break, and when we come back, guys, and welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. It's another beautiful day. Oh, sorry. Hello, guys, and welcome back to the TeenTok show, brought to you by Aloud, Gambia, and Paradise TV. Okay, so we've spoken a lot of things, and people are like, okay, I think I get it. So please, if you get what you're trying to say, can you please let us know what you think we're trying to say? Thank you. Okay, so we're going to go do a quick summary of everything that we're trying to say, basically. Yeah.
Okay, so like in conclusion, what we're trying to say is that don't let school take away every other thing in your life. You should find someone that you can confide in if you're having suicidal thoughts. Find a trusted person. What else? What was the other question?
Don't worry. Did you say don't worry?
Yeah, don't worry.
Yes,
don't worry.
Yes. Okay.
That's basically it.
Yeah. So to me, I think I'm just trying to say that put God first. Okay, let Him be the top. Okay, so everything else becomes significant, less significant, and everything else you're able to see it in a clearer light.
Make sure to do your best and let God do the rest. Everything else should be in His hands because He's the only person that knows the future and what He has set for your life.
Yes, just make sure, because the Bible makes us know that all things work together for our good, the good of those who love God and who are called according to His purpose. So if you actually put God first, then you see that you are
good things will happen to you.
Yeah, you're able to move, you're able to maneuver with His word. I mean, everything that you need basically in this life is there in His word. That's all you need. You need His word. You also need to have that relationship with God, okay, where you'll be able to talk to Him freely and actually be honest to God and say, God, and you suffer here. Please help me. And you see, He will definitely help you. Okay, and also know that it doesn't last forever.
Yes, true.
Yeah, it doesn't last forever. Yes. One day it will end. Okay. And so, you guys, we are very excited because we're going to have our next episode very soon. Okay, please stay tuned on this channel. And we're going to go another break, and then we'll be right back.
Bye.
Bye. Explanation.